Yep. Whoa! He comes. Yeah. Whoa! Isn't it funny how a day pans out? Just over there on the sand coming down. That's it, he's heard that splash coming over. Is he near it? Yep, there you go. And they've been pretty difficult today. In a backwater like this, they get very fussy because there's not much movement. So it had been pretty tough. We've had to go down in tippet. Normally I like to use about a 6 pound, and we've had to go down to 4.75 because here the water's so clear and you don't get any ripple at all. It takes a little bit of convincing, so that's worked out pretty well. And a lovely little brown. It's a stunning backwater here anyway, but these browns are just in great condition because there's just so much food. Got plenty of power. We've got a 9 foot in a stalker glide in a 6 weight. And a beautiful little fish. Just never get tired of catching fish like this. They're just beautiful. Beautiful fish. He'll easily be, you know, like your 3.5. Got to like tire them out a little bit. You don't want to force it, particularly now. Oh, and it's out, but that's okay too. But a lovely little fish, just the same, that's just gone. We're going to release him anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but just pays like to have to go down to that tippet size, and that made all the difference. So sometimes if they're not taking, there's for a reason. Don't keep doing it, change it up, and every now and then you might get a fish on the end of it. Perfect, that's it. Ready, set. I'll get one in a minute. It's a bit deeper than what. That's it, perfect. Perfect. Ready? Yep. Well done. Well done. Good. That's the way. Woo! Excellent. That's it. Well done. He'll be a nice fish, so you will go downstream if he keeps going. Well done. And that's what it took. So that fish was just on the inside there, and we had a few casts at it, but what it needs is that nymph is not necessarily under the dry. It could be on either side, so he doesn't get to see it. So it just takes one cast where it's in the right slot, he sees it, and the champion she is, does everything right. Well done. Bit of a superstar, Marsha, eh? Yeah. Well done. We shouldn't be counting our chickens just yet, should we? No. That's it. So if you can maybe even try and get below him a little bit. So if you, instead of pulling him that way, that's it. You can pull him that way, that's it. Yeah, that's it, cool. And then we can try and get him out of that current. And we're getting, you reckon he's nearly good now? Okay, if you just stay in that one, and we could probably get him into that calmer water in here. But let him go if he wants to, particularly now with the shorter line. So I just sort of ease him into that here. That's good. I think we're pretty goodish now. Okay, if you just stay there, you might need to let him go in a second, but in and nearly, his head will come up in a sec. If you keep wind in, so you're short a line. So we can get his head to there, and then almost, I just don't want to hook up on that other fly. So if his head will go up, and then I'll get him in the tennis. Right. That'll do. As long as they get in the net, that's all that matters. Beautiful. Well done. Lovely brown. A couple of happy snaps. And let's put him back for, He'll grow bigger. Somebody else can come and catch him, eh? Well done, Marsha. Woo! Well done. Now we're just sitting out and having lunch, and regardless of where you sit down and have lunch, there's always a fish that's just tormenting you. So I've snuck out. He's just out in front of us here. I'm going to drift a nymph down, and hopefully he thinks it's ideal. It'll just go over him now. Didn't eat it. He'll eat this next go. To go after. He didn't eat it. Bit rude. I have no explanation for that. I've had 157 casts, and I've just give in and change flies, and then he decides, yeah, he wants to eat at that time. I guess that's why they're fish and never learnt to walk on the upright. He's a lovely fish. We could just see him. I'd come down after lunch. There was one tormenting us, and we come out and I had a couple of casts of that, couldn't get him. And sure enough, you look up another 5 metres further up, there's another one that'll be, like a 3.5 pounder. Yeah, you just don't get sick of fly fishing in Southland. And this time of year, we will get a lot of dun hatches as well, because it's not going to be too hot. At the moment, with a lot of bright sunshine, often slows the duns, so we'll just go with the nymph. But it's just interesting, and that's why I guess we go fly fishing, because you never really know what's going to happen. We were about to give in on this fish, change flies, do something different, and then sure enough, maybe it just got in that right slot and he took it. So I'll get his head up, and then you can, mate, I'll bring him towards you, and then you can just put that underneath it once he's there. Nice bit of pressure there, as long as he's not kicking. Get in there, Mark. Well done. That's it, and we'll just keep him in the water. That's it. Well done, mate. Oh, you didn't muck that up. No. Everybody at home would have thought it was tremendous had you mucked it up, mate. So well done, well done. Oh, and a beautiful little fish. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely stunning colours. Beautiful fish. And to take a nymph is just incredible. So that's amazing colours there. And the river's full of them, so it's pretty cool. Excellent. Well, we might send him back home. Beautiful fish, and what we like to do is just hold them up current, just water through the gills there until they're ready, and you just want to support them till they get the kick in it like that, and he's ready to go. He's got plenty of go left in him, so that's ideal. So that's fantastic. So yeah, pretty good day. Weather's fantastic. There's no wind. Chance of hopefully we get some duns on the top soon, but if not, they're taking nymphs, and it's all sighted, which is, I guess, from a fly fishing point of view, it's what excites me, and it excites a lot of people too. So if you can walk up a river and spot fish after fish after fish, well, it just doesn't get much better than that. So yeah, I think we've got a few more ahead of us. Perfect. Sort of see that dark, there's one just there, and then there's there, and I think even back there, but we can sneak up a little bit here to get a bit closer. And maybe the one at the back. Okay, so here's our fish here, so we're going to go further left. Right, that's near it, I think. I can't see you fly, but on the fish, yep. So he's much closer to us. Yep. Is that you? Lift, lift, lift.
Oh,
Yep, that was him. That's okay, you frightened him at least. And we spotted just off the drop off here. I have a little spot for him to sit where all that water is funneled along. I'll just drift that nymph over the top of it. Right, so that's a metre on the other side of him. So unless we're casting a different fish, that's it. And yep. So you can't see your fly. So if you can't see your fly, you've got to go, oh, I reckon it's around about there, and just lift. Oh, here's one up here. 100%. Can you see him right on the edge? Make sure you see him first. Yep, yep. So you want to cast a metre ahead. No, just a metre. He's very shallow there. He'll probably take you dry. So we can, if we can't see the fly, you watch that fish turn, and then when he straightens up, we can just tighten him. That's it, like that. Ready? Yep. Yep, now lift.
Oh, there he goes. He had it. Went after it. Had a look at it.
Now lift. Yep. Once it's past him, you can, and then if you've got it and we can't see it, just that tightening up is going to do it. Lift. Yep. That'll do. Taught him a lesson. Now we've just changed flies. We've gone to something that's bigger. It's got two big tungstens, darker. Sometimes in this faster water they just can't see it. So if we've gone something like this, this could make all the difference. Let's just see. Go for that closer one first. Yep. Is that you? Don't know.
Yes, it was. Went after the dry. Oh, when I was lifting it.
That's it. Here we go. Here he goes. Yep. No. Righto. There we go. And that was pretty good. Whoa, nice little fish there. And that was pretty cool. It was interesting. It's all right because I'm mates with Mark, so I don't mind showing him up to everybody. And that's all it probably took, just to have that fly go in the right slot. And yeah, just where they get to see it, and lifting at around about the time where if it is in his mouth, we're going to set the hook. And it's just a matter of just sort of drifting it through there, and yeah, that worked out okay. So sorry about that, Mark. Yeah, but a lovely fish. I mean, that's exactly where you'd expect to see them, where that water is all oxygenated there. So a lot of nymphs, and they'll be letting go to try and hatch into a flying insect like a mayfly, and they sit there right on that drop off and just knock them off as they come past. So perfect. I'll just try and get below him a bit. I can just get his head up pretty good, and we'll get him in that net there. So that's all pretty cool. So It just pays sometimes. I mean, we went through with Mark casting maybe about half a dozen different flies just to see if we can get him to take one. And sometimes in the end, it just might be just that drift. We need to get it right in line where he sees it and eats it. So it's not always the fly that needs changing. Sometimes you just need to alter your cast a bit to get that drift a bit different. And he thinks it's okay. And at the end of the day, that's a lovely result to get a beautiful fish like that in the net. Get him out. It's a beautiful long fish. He looked massive in the water there just because he's got that length about him, and he'll certainly chub up with a little bit more tucker through him, but just an incredible fish. Just that length on that is just beautiful, and you just don't get sick of it. And I keep saying, but this sight fishing is what really is the difference. You know, you walk up a river and you can spot a brown like that and convince him that what you're throwing at him is actually food, and they eat for a living, these things. So to convince him that that's food and he needs to eat it is pretty cool, really. So yeah, to be able to put him back, I think, is even cooler again. So he can get caught quite a few times and everyone can have a lot of fun as well. So beautiful fish and good to go. So perfect, good when the plan comes together. Right, it's gone back now. So you see it now? Right in the middle. Yep. So there's two fish. We'll get that one at the back now. Yep, righto.
Oh, yeah, the other one.
Perfect, ready. Recast, yep. A little bit closer to this bank. Maybe just a foot or so. That'll nearly do. Try that again. Right, so we're just in there. Can you see a funny dark sort of shape?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then the other one's up here. So that dark, funny sort of a shape, you'll only just... Yeah, oh, well, I don't care. Whichever one you want to catch. Yep, well done. Good, persistence, absolute gold, well done. We're going to have to go downstream, down. Try and get below him there, that's good. Well done. That's perfect, and that's about persistence is absolute gold. So it's a lot of casts to make sure. I mean, we can see the dry on the top of that nymph could be anywhere, and we just needed that one in that right, and it took it. Good. He's getting nearly ready. Righto, you can wind him. If you wind him now, I think he's pretty good. If his head will come up to near the surface, we're almost there. Righto, wind him up so we can get his head up to the top, and we'll get him in, and well done. Well done. Woo! You're a champ, Marsha. Well done. Well done. Beautiful brown. Well done. And a lovely persistent catch there too. Well, kissing. Mwah. Rex Hunter, be proud. Well done. Excellent. Perfect. Well done, Marsha. You're a champ. Yep, where did you pick that up from? That's my signature move, that, you know that. Oh, there it is, just there. He's chasing it. Got it, hasn't he? Yeah. Well done. That's it. That's pretty good. Because there's a bit of colour in the water, I guess, and good bit of flow. We've had a lot of casts at them, and we're very close. Not what you'd normally expect in New Zealand, but you can get very close, particularly early season as well. So it gives you quite a few chances to make sure that fish sees your fly and eats it. and gets away, and that's all good too. So yeah, everybody's happy except for Mark. He's not very happy. Lovely little one rising just here, just on the edge. And we've got 2 dries now. We've got a little, there he goes. Lovely little fish in there. We'll leave Mark for the minute. Just put that on that fish. There's a few duns popping up. So we've got a lovely little, like an Adams style. Yep, dry. And that worked out pretty good. And we also put a Hubert's Red on there as well, just to give him a choice. But he didn't need that choice. He liked that one first go. And as long as Mark doesn't hang on to that one, we might be a bit more of a chance to land him. Well done. Beautiful. And you look at that run up there and you've got lovely deflection of water and you've got a few duns popping up now. It's just going to be an exceptional afternoon. And today's been pretty good so far as well. So yeah, just a stunning location. Southland New Zealand, you just can't get any better. What a beautiful change when the sun comes out. See every rock in the river. Particularly when you're spotting fish. The sun's definitely an asset. Oh no, let him go. It's pretty good, mate. It's amazing what happens when you do a good cast. Okay, not much you can do. If he's going to go, he'll go. As long as you stay upright, it'll be fine, mate. Ooh, you don't want him getting in there. We'll come back up here and have a closer look. A little dry, did the trick. There he is, he's a good 3-pounder. Perfect, excellent mate, let's get him back. Just hold him up there. That was good, and that's what it takes first cast. If you can get a good cast in there first go, he's every chance to see it and eat it. If it takes 20 goes, he's heard 20 splashes and he thinks something might be wrong. So when every dog has his day, mate, and you get one in the right spot and it works.
Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it.
Perfect. Well done, mate.